see ya, throw it at 'em. Stand up, do it, be it, never, ever worry about 'em. Get up, catch it, grab it, let 'em see ya, throw it at 'em. Stand up, do it, be it, never, ever worry about 'em.
I got some stuff coming up that you don't need to miss, and it's a shame that my name you act like don't exist. When you see me coming up, making fuzz, catch my dust, watch me win, pay attention, I'm the one you never mention.
While they hating, speculating about that paper, I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them change it. I feature. While they hating, speculate, anticipate that. Get up, catch it, grab it, let them see ya, throw it at 'em. Stand up, do it, be it, never, ever worry about 'em. Get up, catch it, grab it, let them see ya, throw it at 'em. Stand up, do it, be it, never, ever worry.
Never ever let me in laughing with me like we friends. See, I ain't down with that pay for play throwing Benjamin. Because I work the system, shade the system, play the system, beat the system. Look at all the minds on me, cause I'm making history.
While they hating, speculating about that paper, I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them change it. I feature. While they hating, speculate, anticipate that. Get up, catch it, grab it, let them see ya, throw it at 'em. Stand up, do it, be it, never, ever worry about 'em. Get up, catch it, grab it, let them see ya, throw it at 'em. Stand up, do it, be it, never, ever worry about 'em. Don't you ever stop doing your thing, don't stop, don't quit. Gotta let you see your goal. Keep on striving, keep on dreaming your dream. Aim high, worldwide, don't ever lose your focus.
Don't
Lose focus. Focus.
Get up, catch it, grab it, let them see ya, throw it at 'em. Stand up, do it, be it, never, ever worry about 'em. I feature. While they hating, speculating about that paper, I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them change it. I feature. While they hating, speculate, anticipate it. I feature. While they hating, speculating about that paper, I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them change it. I feature. While they hating, speculate, anticipate it. Everybody dance so loud that you can't stop hard, put your feet on the floor. Ain't nobody fly like you, lift it up, turn around and let it all go. I don't wanna hear it cause you're running interference, step back on me, don't interrupt. Walking on my front because I'm doing it on purpose and I focus, never ever giving up.
Yeah. Okay.
Big.
This has been a B-Slade production. Yeah, I feature.
Everything on this platform originated as public information. We discuss it here, and after it becomes public somewhere else. Okay, I just read it all wrong. But you know what I mean. Once it's public, I discuss it here, and I get to look into it, and no one is exempt. If you or yours put it out, then I will commentate on it. And there's nothing that none of y'all watching me can do about it. Let's go ahead with the show. Take a moment right now. They're trying to shadow ban me on February the 3rd, 2020. Hit like and share right now. Let's go.
I wanna be.
Welcome to your most favorite digital entertainment news and talk show. It's Larry Reid Live, where we have the conversation absolutely. And I'm your most favorite commentator that is on the internet, Larry D. Reid. This is what I need for you to do. I need for you to hit like and share right now. Let me tell you why. Because I am experiencing shadow ban. That means all of you that have liked the page or subscribed on YouTube, there's 120, maybe 130,000 you between two pages. And over there on Periscope, but Periscope don't have to worry about this right now. They're just changing the algorithms, and they want to see who are really have the followers, who has bought likes, bought followers, and all this kind of stuff. So they got all these things in place, messing with the algorithm. So I need all of you that watch this show to make sure you hit like. And in order for you to make sure you don't miss nothing, you need to text LarryReidLive to 33222. I just text about 4,000 of you before I came live to tell you that I am live. And I need all of the rest of you guys, what's that? Another 120,000 of you to make sure you sign up for the text feature so that you can know where I am, what time, and what I am going to be discussing. And I also want to remind you guys, there is a project that is coming out by Todd Delaney. You know, I don't like the fluff in the worship music, but every once in a while there'll be one of them songs from certain artists that be pretty good. And Todd Delaney has an EP that will be coming out in this month. I think it's on this Friday. And so you're going to see the link that is going to be posted up under this video. I want you to go and pre-order right now. And that when you pre-order, if you got Apple Music or Spotify where you stream, when you click that link, you'll be able to sign up. So it give you a notification the moment it becomes available so you can start streaming right then. I want all of you guys to participate. I got tongue tied. And then there's a free offer that I want to give to you guys. There is a white man that owns the Word Network, a.k.a. the Plantation Network, and he took it upon himself, and I ain't got to say allegedly because I seen it with my own eyes and posted it in Patreon where he tried to doodle the blackface. That's what it did. And as a result, this saga began that we've been covering here. And out of the saga are actually coming 3 books, but the first one right now is called America's Original Sin by E. Bernard Jordan, and it is a free download. You're going to see that link also pinned. Lord Jesus! Oh, Lord. I'm going to tell y'all what's wrong. And it's going to be a little nasty, but I'm going to tell you after I finish talking about this. It's going to be pinned up under the comment section. It's going to be pinned up under the comment section, and you'll be able to download and read the intimates concerning this. And let me tell you, I just found out something right before I got live. This story just got hotter than hot. And I will have some documentation in my hand in just a little while where I can share with you. So get ready for that. All right, tonight's show is trending topics and recent church happenings. Hold on, what I named this show? Trending topics and what? Trending topics and the latest happenings, church and secular. All right. Everybody that's in that graphic that you saw at the beginning, I'm going to be discussing, and a few other people, but I'm going to be moving really quick. And let me tell you why. And this is why I'm a little going through as I sit here in this chair. Come close. Don't tell nobody this. Come here. Come close. Don't tell nobody. Listen. There's some things that I'm supposed to be doing this year that's going to put me in front of the camera quite a bit. I had a photo shoot and I realized that in the photos I look fat. So I had to get a little piece of help to get this stuff off of me from Thanksgiving and Christmas. Come on. I started something, a tea to detox me. And I'm sitting here with my booty hole like this. You see how tight that is? I'm trying to hold danger seen and unseen. I'm trying to keep the eye of my bread basket for spreading Nutella throughout my drawers. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm feeling like just 4, 5 different men in my stomach, just like this. You leave me alone. Oh, you shut up. Your mama, your dad. I mean, just going through. They're just fighting guns and hammers and anvils. Oh my. So I can't even do this show alone tonight. If I do the show alone, it's gonna I'm Nutella everywhere. So bear with me. I gotta sort of get out of myself so I can just do the show. But it's hard when I'm sitting here with all this stuff going on in my stomachs. Everybody doing like this. And I'm trying to hold the eye of my bread basket together. So I don't sit here and just mess up this whole set. And y'all know I got to move it next week, because I'm having an area built in the basement of where I'm moving. I don't even know what kind of birthday I'm going to have because that's taking a whole lot of money. And then I still got the law stuff going on. Lord Jesus! It just did it again. No, you can't take over my show. Don't nobody like you. You ain't talented like this. Ooh, Lord Jesus, help me tonight. My belly's. Wait, let me get some water. This water might be helping tear it up, hadn't it? Water might be. Well, we got some salt. Lord, I shouldn't have drank that tea, but I know it's working because it's going through. I feel like it's went through my small intestines, my large intestines, my liver, my pancreas, went down there to my gallbladder and stopped over there by my kidneys, and just going through there and picking up everybody that been left in there from years back and trying to take them through my bowel tract. Woo, but it can't happen now, because this would be a whole mess. Wouldn't it be something I sit here and do this show, and I got to direct this chair. You see that? If I sit here and do this chair, I'm in and paint it brown, boy, that'd be a mess. And it would liable to be a serious smell because I ain't been using the bathroom right for 2 years. I ain't told nobody but folk close to me, but I might well tell y'all, ain't nobody but us. They ain't holding nobody up here tonight. Oh my God. I might need some salt though, cause it's breaking it up. And I think it's breaking up at the top. And so it make me feel like I might vomit. Hear it right quick. I ain't gonna tell y'all about the tea until it work. Cause they told me it's supposed to take 20 pounds off me in 5 weeks of taking it 5 days a week. This black folk salt. Is it what everybody use? Morton's iodized salt. This are all everybody, black and white, all of humanity. I know this is the only salt I ever known existed. What salt white people use? Okay, the white LRLers in there tell me. Hold on, go there. I know, hear it real right quick, Nancy. I know there's a salt that ain't none of my white followers use. Now this I'm sure. Look, get that Larry's. Bring it in. Bring it over here. Black folk use this for our salt, and this when we seasoning up our chicken. Now all the white LRLers right now just say, Larry, what is that? Larry's. This was missing from white folk cabinets. My white LRL, this is why when y'all send me stuff in the mail, you fry me stuff and you send me food, I don't eat it. If I need all my white followers to just send me cookies and cakes and cupcakes, because white folk do better at baking. We better at cooking. White folk don't know nothing about no cooking. You don't season stuff right. Everything bland. But when it come to cupcakes and cakes, them white folk got us beat. So you might see me douse some of this up in my mouth because my stomach is too all the way up. And Kendall, you coming over here talking right hot. Your breath is not helping me.
Oh, okay.
Your breath is tearing my stomach up. Your mouth is sick. No, your mouth is sick. I think you need some medicine.
I think you need to go
Your breath needs some medicine. Your breath needs some medicine. It's sick. I wish y'all could hear. It is running off. It is going off. Nancy, you ought to be ashamed of yourself here fussing at me like this. You ought to be ashamed. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. Let me go. I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's time to do trending topics. I'm going to move fast. I know it's in like a whole bunch of topics. Go ahead and put the picture up of all the topics. This is all the stuff we're going to be talking about here on tonight. We're going to move really, really, really quick. But I want you to get a good picture of this. We're going to talk about last one of these people up here and probably about 3 or 4 more to just tie it into the story. All right? So I'm going to make it make sense for you in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is how Pastor Troy and Little Nas, is it Little Nas or just Nas? Little Nas X. Well, this is the man that talk about the country. Remember, we first talked about Little Nas because this is a black man, and guess what kind of music he do? No, not gospel. No, not R&B. No, I know he's a black man, but he does country music. But the music and the song that really, the country road, what's the name of it? Something about the country road, they're going to do something, whatever. But anyway, in that country road, they didn't let him be in the proper category because they felt like he wasn't country enough. But some people saying because he's black and they just don't never let the black people rise to the top and the country is for the white people. That's what they said. But every white person I know, all of my white friends, they like the song. So I don't know if that was true. But anyway, he won all this stuff at the Grammys. So Pastor Troy, who we ain't really heard no music from since Jesus was a baby and the devil was in the tenor section with a tambourine with his back straight and lips perched. We ain't heard nothing from him. Anyway, he felt like he needed to make some posts and some statements and basically said, so I got to dress like this in order to win a Grammy. He really was saying a statement that black Twitter, white Twitter, and social media all together took as a homophobic statement. And let me tell you why. Because he is a homosexual. He's in the section of our humanity sexuality that is homosexual. So he is a homosexual. All right? Get it? That's where I come up with that word from. So anyway, he said his son saw how he was dressed, or it may not have been how he was dressed, but he made a statement. His son made a statement that basically was saying, Daddy, I'm not down with this. And then Pastor Troy, in addition to the statement that he made that, I got to dress like this, and basically accusing media of pushing the gay agenda, then he said to his son, I'm so glad that my son looks at this as improper because I want to raise a straight son and I'm not with that gay. That's basically what he was saying. Well, of course, he done went on 159 different interviews trying to get his career back that we really ain't paid no attention to since Jesus was a baby. And the devil was in the choir, in the tenor section with a tambourine with his back straight and his lips perched. You know? Anyway, so this is what I got to say concerning this, because he kept saying, and this was his defense, Pastor Troy saying, you know what? Every time a hetero says something about homo, then the hetero is always bashed for being anti-LGBTQ LMNOP. And he said that's unfair. Well, I'm going to say this, and you may think I'm speaking out of both sides of my mouth, but this is just what come across my mind. The first thing that come across my mind is this. This is ugly. This outfit is ugly. I don't care if gay, spray, melee. It's ugly. This is ugly. This outfit don't make no sense. It almost looked like Grace Jones decided to be a dominatrix at a all-pink party. But this is a mess. First of all, that shade of blackness and that bright pink, This was not, I don't know if your stylist is trying to make a mockery out of you or you trying to make a statement, something that we will never forget. Okay, if it's that work, because this ugly day. Did you hear what I said? This is ugly day. Now, with the belts coming up like that, I seen women clothes like that, and the belts around the waist, I seen women clothes like that. So I understand why he's saying that this is not masculine and it's feminine, and it appears to be that a lot of black pop stars or black people that are pushed in the world of entertainment or seem as though that they're on the front line, they have to feminize a little bit, or they sort of their gender identity can go either or. You know, Prince was like that. Prince will make you look twice because it look like a woman's. Same thing with Michael Jackson. He started looking more and more like a woman's. You know, so we see this kind of trend going on. So I understand why he made that statement, and he has a son. I would like to think that most of the men that are out there have a son. They're probably going to feel the same way that Pastor Troy felt. He said it, but most of the men out there won't say it. Most of the men that even I have known that have had sons that are homosexual, they struggle with their son liking other boys because they always, first of all, they want grandkids. Second of all, if they ain't homosexual themselves, they ain't got nothing to talk to their son about because they're in two whole different worlds. Only thing he can do is teach him how to be a great male leader. And your son very well can be non-conforming, non-binary. And so then it's just a whole lot. And basically what he was saying is like, I'm glad I ain't got to deal with none of that because that's a whole lot going on. But some people feel like he was saying that from a homophobic place. I'm not going to really put that on him because them in the conversations and interviews that I heard, he basically was saying, how come I can't feel the way that I feel and believe how I believe without you trying to kill me for believing what I'm believing? And I 100% agree with that. But we normally hear that kind of language on the side of the LGBTQ LMNOP community. Because most of the time they're coming out, they're speaking out, accept me for me, you know, don't judge me, I'm just like you. You know, it's just the difference of how I like to have sex, you know. Don't judge me by that. Sounds sort of like what Pastor Troy is saying. I don't prefer that lifestyle. I don't want my son to have that lifestyle. And I am not interested in being feminized in order to rise to the top in media. And I really think that there's some agenda that has been pushed to feminize black men. He can say that if he wants to say that. I don't see nothing wrong with what he's saying. So I know y'all probably think I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth and probably thinking I'm trying to be politically correct. No, I'm not really trying to be politically correct. I'm just watching it. I'm watching the jokes that I will want to say that's in my head right now. Now that I'm watching. But this is how I really feel. He should be able to think however he thinks and feel and make whatever comment he make concerning that. Because I know a whole lot of people that feel like black men are, the gay agenda has been pushed on black men. And if not that, the feminization of the black men and the disempowerment of the black men. You know, so I get that. And I understand that. And he has every right to feel how he feels. So it is. Amen. All right, anybody can say whatever they want. This is the thing that I feel about this platform. I think that in them comment sections, because I know y'all going in the comment section, that's a whole nother show in there, and that's part of the LRL brand. But I hope that everybody is okay with everybody thinking different than them, or feeling or believing different than them. One of the main issues I think that we have as a society is we don't know how to sit with opposite than us. If somebody thinks opposite than us or have an opinion that, you know, may make us feel a certain kind of way, we demonize it and make it wrong just because it's different than what we behave, think, feel, and desire. So I hope that everybody in the comment section can really sit with whatever it is that your neighbor may practice or believe that you don't practice or believe. And I just happen to believe that if you really believe what you believe and you practicing that thing, it really don't matter what nobody else believes. And that's what you believe. I don't care nothing about it. I respect what you say you believe, but I ain't got to take it to the house with me. And I ain't got to believe that. So I often wonder why people are so toe up when it comes to how folk decide to live their life and how they decide to present themselves in our community. That's them. Now, you can have an opinion about it and speak it. But why you so bent up out of shape when that ain't even you? And I don't know how you get bent out of shape about something that is not you. So it make me think that if you're getting bent out of shape about it, maybe it's you on some level that you are not in agreement with. Possibly. I'm just saying possibly. I don't know, but I'm just throwing it out there. I'm thinking out loud. Somebody asked me about gay marriage. What should I say? What you mean? What I think about it? Gays marrying. I don't care. Well, don't you feel like because the word of God said marriage should be between a man and woman? I said that's what the word of God say. And I think for me, that is the best choice. But if somebody else feel like that they want to do something different, why am I upset about that? How is you marrying the same sex got anything to do with who I choose to marry? That ain't got nothing to do with me. If you like your bread basket plumaged and rummaged through, why that bother me for? I don't want nobody plumaging and rummaging through my bread basket to find my male G-spot. I did try that, though. I'm going to tell you what truth is. Now, they say I talk too much up here, but in the world of the masturbations, which I don't participate in anymore, but I was in that world of pornobation. And you see some things on some videos. And you're like, well, why they act like that feels so good? It only feels good like this to me. Well, why it feel good like that to them at the same time when they taking their thumb and doing? What is that? So I tried it. I went to grab myself, throwed up my legs up side by side, and I went doing like that, which that always feels good. But then I went and took my thumb, and I commenced to try to go in there, and my thing said, Drew. Come on. Can you bring me a sock? I'm trying to explain it. You got to move quick. There ain't no sock. S-O-C-K. You went to school in Smithfield? Lord have mercy. Look, Smithfield, North Carolina, and that same county that Fantasia went because she said she can't read. Y'all need to get y'all school system together because if folk leave and don't know what a sock is. Well, anyway, I'm going to tell you, get back to the story. So I seen it during the times of the pornobations. Because you see everything up there. It just make you curious. Lord have mercy, Jesus. And so what I did, I took myself and I throwed up my legs. And I said, I'm going to see what's in this bread basket that just help, push the, what brings cream into, and you know what I mean? I said, cause when they put their thumb back there and they like it feel really good, so, and then cream comes out, and so I'm like, no, not out of the bread basket, but out of the peen. So, is that possible? Anyway, I asked somebody, I know somebody I asked. But anyway, and so, but when I put my thumb back there, this is what happened. It went from like this, excuse my Adidas sock, to this. Then I moved my hand from back there, and then eventually it came back like this. But then I put my thumb back there, it did like this. I said, now wait a minute, that ain't what happened on the pornobations. I said, wait a minute. So then I took my hand away from that there, and then it came back like this again. I said, okay, let me try 3 strikes, you out. Now, mind you, for me to do that means I really had been healed of my past. Because those that watch the show, I was molested, and I had a whole issue later on. I was intoxicated. Well, they intoxicated me, and I woke up to some stuff that was going on. But I tell that later on in my show coming out later on this year. They give y'all something to watch. Anyway, Somebody did like this, and then I put my finger back there again, and then it went like this. I said, okay, then. I don't know if it's something psychological, but my male G spot is just out. It's just gone. Just absolutely gone. All right, so I would have to say Pastor Troy, Lil Nas. I have not seen any exchanges between Pastor Troy and Lil Nas that were a little sideways. But what I will say is this. We should not be killing Pastor Troy for his statements. From the ones I've seen, it's a little like, God, you're a little rough with this, but it's his thoughts. Lil Nas ain't bothered. Look at what he got in his hands as opposed to what Pastor Troy has in his. Next story. I spent way too long on that story. That story almost, I don't know, man. That story wasn't supposed to be. It ain't going to be no long show. I'm going to make you out a false prophet. I ain't going to let that come to pass.
It's been an hour and you only on the first topic.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, let me tell y'all what I did this weekend. Now, this gonna knock a whole lot of them faces off that story out. Put the picture up so everybody see the people that we're gonna be talking about on today. I'm gonna knock out the Corn. Beside there is Genesis Warren. You may not know who she is, but I'm going to tell you about her. Up there to the top, you got Michelle Williams, J. Mal Bryant. Then over there up on the Tyler Perry is Marika Chisholm. And I did not put in the story, in this collage, I did not put Travis Jennings and J.D. Bush. But I'm going to knock that all out. Okay, so that's coming up next. Right now, take me over there to Ocho Cinco, Evelyn Lozada, and also OG. All right, let me tell y'all this story. Some of you probably don't even know who the first people I talked about was, but that's something you go back and read and get educated. But let me go ahead and tell you first about this little story. Yes, all three of them. Now, for those of you that watch Basketball Wives, I'm going to tell you the truth. The reality is you don't really have to watch all of these reality shows. You can just wait till like the last 2 episodes before the reunion, watch the reunion, you done seen the whole season. But I'm not going to tell you to do that because when my reality show come out, anything I put on TV or anything I'm a part of, I need for you to watch all the darn time so that my Nielsen ratings can be right and we can keep getting that check and keep doing the episode until we get past 100 episodes and then be syndicated. But in a darn way. So in the middle there is OG. Now, she is a new addition to the reality show called Basketball Wives. Basketball Wives was created by Shaquille O'Neal's wife, Shawnee. And she had Tammy Rowland, a whole lot of other girls, but Evelyn Lozada is one of the stars of it. Now, I think this past season, or the first time we saw her, she was a friend of the show. A friend of the show in the reality TV means that it's somebody that's connected to one of the people who is actually the main stars in the reality show. And a lot of times, these friends of really end up becoming a main part of the show, where one of the main narratives in the show this past season was concerning OG and Evelyn Lozada. Now remember, Evelyn Lozada, she's friends with Shawnee O'Neal, who's also on the show and an EP, sort of like Mariah and the Married to Medicine, because she's an EP and on the show, which I think can be a little sticky. Maybe not for Mariah because she's not as much of an EP as Shawnee is in her franchise. But anyway, we actually saw Evelyn Lozada and Shawnee sort of be on the same team as it relates to OG. Let me tell you what happened. You already know all the drama concerning Tammy Rowland and Evelyn Lozada and how Tammy pretty much is out of the show now doing her own thing because she felt like that Shawnee and Evelyn were biased when it came to certain things. And you remember Evelyn Lozada really came after Tammy Rowland, and Tammy had mentioned what's her name? Tammy Roman. I'm thinking Kelly Rowland. I'm thinking about the Michelle Williams thing I got to say in a little bit. Anyway, she had made some accusations that she felt like there was some colorism issues in the show, if my memory serves me correct. There's some colorism issues, and she also made comments concerning what Tammy wore, her shoes, her hair, her clothes. We've seen this same pattern from Evelyn for I don't know how long when it comes to darker skinned women who she feel like don't dress as good or is up to par or on her level. Okay, Shawnee has never corrected her on this because they're longtime friends. So here comes OG. Now, Evelyn, like Tammy on the show, are like the people you don't want to fight. If you're a female, don't get in no fight with them because they're going to whip your tail. But OG is a football player, female football player. She got guns, she's strong in the mouth, and at the same time, she don't mind fighting. So, in the midst of everything that was going on the entire time, this one fighting with this one, and OG siding with some girls that was against Evelyn, and Evelyn siding with the girls that was against OG. In the midst of a bickering moment, she made a statement to OG because OG had made a statement to her. She was making a statement to OG about how ugly she is and da-da-da. And when she said, "You ugly," OG was like, but your ex-husband, Ocho Cinco, Chris, what's his real name? Chad Johnson, made a statement to her saying how beautiful that she was and that he really wanted to have sex. Now, in the world, they use a F word. This show ain't Christian, but I know Christians watch, and I'm a Christian, so we throw an R in there. She said that Chad wanted to fuck, basically. That's what she said. So with that being said, Evelyn, of course, it bothered her. So she went back and checked with Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco sent her DMs and IG that really show OG been the aggressor in the conversation as far as initiating the conversation. That's what he sent her. Now, this is what I don't understand about this. Why are you going to take anything that he said when we see him beat you upside the head and cheat on you? I don't understand why you bring that to now verify. Use anything he said to verify a conversation, because I was like, this don't make no sense. Nobody listen to him. You already proved to us that he ain't no good, allegedly. So anyway, so OG said, "Oh, that's what he sent you? That's IG. Let me show you this." And whips out her cell phone messages and began to read the cell phone message between her and Chad. Well, at that moment, now Evelyn looked like egg was on her face, and she couldn't believe it. So now that she has been proven that her man did say those things, her ex-man did say that to her, now she has to vilify OG and continue to talk about she being ugly. She even made a tweet that had a monkey emoji in it. And this is when OG began to speak up and talked about the colorism issue on the show. So her and Shawnee, the EP, done everything up under the sun trying to make sure that that was just cleared. But don't nobody believe it that got their own eyes and their own ears. I believe that they are color struck. Now, if you are black and you're in our community, we know how light-skinned women and dark-skinned women, they feud, and the first comment against the other one is, "You ugly," or "You dark." Just like Massa them done to us years ago, putting the light-skinned folk in the house. That's why we call them house niggas. That's why George Bloom was Skinny George. For the Word Network, for the Plantation Network, he was the house nigga. So we already know this exists. Y'all ain't gonna try to use the TV and try to make us believe that this ain't an issue. It is an issue. Especially your dark-skinned husband who probably preferred light-skinned. He probably part of that same old master house nigga thing. And then he said a dark-skinned woman was pretty. Oh, no, she can't be pretty. I'm light-skinned. I'm more superior. She's actually African and not just an American. And you can say an African woman looks better than me when I have more Euro features. Of course, Euro features are much better than African features because she has very strong African features. Oh, Lord have mercy, this word me so bad. Well, season went off, we're going about our business. But the other day, Chad tweeted this picture. Ocho Cinco wanted me at iHeart. You see that? OG. Now, that's OG's handle. And that was a statement that she made to Evelyn in the show. Now, so when I seen this, see if you can make that smaller and put it beside me. So just copy that, make an extra, yeah. Now, when I seen that, I posted it on the thing. We done had a conversation about it, but I'm going to say what I got to say right here. When I seen that on that thing, the first thing I thought to myself was, wait a minute now, Chad, you one messy Mitch. What in the whole hell and the heaven is you doing? This ain't what we do now, dog. You've been a complete Mitch. Don't get in between these women's little spat. But at the same time, I'm going to say this. Evelyn Lozado, from looking at, I might not be saying that right, from looking at Ian Levon's aunt, her being up there, and her on the other episodes, to me, Evelyn seems to be the kind of woman who is just I think she a bitch. A bona fide bitch. That's what I think. And as a result, him being the kind of man that he was, when you put a bitch with a Mitch, and that's a male one, that Mitch is going to put hands on that bitch. And that's what he did, as we all know. And clearly, he got that same strand of Mitchness that is in him, because now he picking at Evelyn by posting this here, which is putting yourself between these two women. Now, I didn't look and pay attention to this, but he knows that Evelyn has children. They don't have children together, if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't pay attention to that part, but I think they don't have no children together. But I still think this is a Mitch move, and he should not have done this. Everybody's focusing on her, and I expect women to drag her, because, you know, that's what women do best, is drag each other, talk about each other, you know, under the guise that only a woman knows another woman. No, y'all mean and like bobcats and wildcats in the wild, like scratching at each other's eyes. I don't know why y'all do each other like that. I don't think, because she didn't post this. He posted this. She probably was going to keep this for, I think she ended up posting it afterwards, I think. You check and see. Check her IG and see what she posted in that chat. But he posted it. This is what went viral. It wasn't her posting this. So it is at iHeartOG. So it appears to me that he was being petted to his ex. Probably because she is absolutely a bitch. And I believe it. Because that's exactly what Tammy said. Tammy said that she was a bitch. And you remember how easy it was for Evelyn Lozado to sit there and tell Tammy that I forward your ex-husband? Y'all remember that? When she posted? What time? 2 days ago. He posted it February the 1st. So she posted it the same day he did. Yeah, they both trying to get at Evelyn. And I don't really blame them, because I don't like her neither. I mean, maybe I would like her outside of TV, but as far as TV is concerned, I don't like her. With a woman like that, me and a woman like that don't get along. You know, we just won't get along like that. She got this, and she from New York, ain't she? See, these New York women are tricky. These New York women and these Miami women. First of all, if you want to find a crazy woman, go to Bronx, New York, or go to Miami. Or go to New York, or go to Florida. That's where the craziest women in America live. I know y'all probably get mad with me, but oh well, oh hell. Those are where the craziest women live in America. They are absolutely crazy. And I think she's from New York, ain't she? I think she's from New York. And see, them New York women, she from Brooklyn. They got them, one of them bees, and them just come out of the Bronx or either Brooklyn. I'm trying to tell you. I'm talking about me, when it comes to me and a New York woman, either it's going to be like a match made in heaven, because some of them New York women got this grind and this resourcefulness and thing that just match well with mine. But then they got this strand of crazy and bitch. You be put hands on them even if you ain't that type, if you're not an abuser. And I ain't never hit a woman in my life, period, except my mama. You know, that's a long story. But and I lived to tell it. I got her good. Yeah, it was time to, because my mama beat the whole hell and the heaven out of me all my life when I was a child. I probably deserved every last one of them, but one of them times I was sick of, so I got her back. And at that point is when my daddy started to hate me. And but we done mended it all back together, and now we good. I love my mom and my daddy. We got a great relationship. Every time I give my tithe, I give money to my parents because that's the channel through which God brought me into the earth. But anyway, this is the whole mess. I put the fault on Ocho Cinco. Even if I find out IG posted it first. Yeah, I said IG. OG posted it first. You still shouldn't have done that. You should have stayed out of women's mess. All right, on to the next topic. Oh, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Why are we talking about men doing stuff that they ain't got no business doing? But I'll wait to get to that. I can't wait to talk about this Kim. Oh, should I go ahead and talk about that? Let me go ahead and talk about that right now. Let me talk about Mace and Diddy. Then I'm going to go to a break and come back and do Kim from the Preachers of Atlanta, do Genesis Warren and all of her guests that was at that service, and then the Culture Church, okay? So we do that after the break. Let's go ahead and do this now. Okay, Travis Jennings was there too. Yeah, okay, I see it. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go to break and come back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you remember who this is. Mace ain't had but one hit. What was the name of that? His first album was done really, really well. Then he disappeared. But anyway, let me go ahead and tell you this story. This young man, his name is Mace. I call him Little Creflo Dollar. And let me tell you why. Because he left the industry to go get hold of Jesus, which is something that I think now that everybody understands now is a huge mistake. They're starting to understand that you can be in entertainment and also feel baptized with the Holy Ghost. I don't know why people still feel like you cannot, but you can. It's just like you go work in an ungodly system from 9 to 5 or selling cars. The systems of this world are wicked. I don't care what they are. In fact, I told somebody the other day that I was coaching. I said, you trying to take too much Jesus stuff into the word of business. You got to leave that to a side. The word of business is dark. It's really about mastering dark energy and mastering the dark system. And the mastery of the dark system and all of that dark industry and energy, that is actually what you call going into that world as a kingdom agent. And I told the person, I said, I know your religious mind can't understand this, but just listen to what I'm saying, and we'll talk about it within these 90 days of me coaching you. But anyway, but now I think we all understand that you can do both, B-O-F-E. Yes, you can. If you believe what I'm saying is the truth. If you listen to me and you in somebody's church, but your gifts go beyond the four walls of the church, text up in the chat now. I can do both. B-O-F-E. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can. Well, in a darn way, I felt like Mace in church religious folk fashion. He took a moment to fine-tooth comb over what P. Diddy said to connect his agenda with this popular brand so that it would become a viral story and everybody start talking about it. Because the reality is, it was a tweet that somebody else put out. God, who that was. That was a part of Bad Boy in that world. And he piggybacked off of that tweet that person made concerning these record labels really taking advantage of these artists. So he took a little bit of that tweet, tagged P. Diddy, called out Bad Boy in the tweet that he done, and connected it to what P. Diddy said. Because when you go back and listen to what P. Diddy said at Grammys, well, he did talk about the importance of these young artists, coming up and winning in the industry. So I see how Mace connected it, but really, he does already had a chip on his shoulder because, let me tell you this. At 19 years old, Mace done that CD that his CD that done really, really well. Well, he done it up under P. Diddy. As a result of him doing that record so well, he got a lump sum of money away from P. Diddy. This is normal practice when it comes to label signing artists. Whenever you see these people, like it happened with Cardi B, she had that song with Atlanta Records. What was the name of that song, her breakout song? Something about a Yellow. Kodak Yellow. How that song went? Kodak, what is it? Bodak Yellow. How that song go? You can't fuck with me if you wanted to. This is expensive. These is red bottle. I remember that when it first came out. I was singing like this. You can't fuck with me if you wanted to. These are red bottoms. These is bloody shoes. Hallelujah. I was going to write, oh, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to. Oh, this is red bottoms. These are bloody shoes. Hallelujah. So the song went viral. And then next thing you know, she giving her boyfriend $500,000. She buying this, she buying that. The cars, $600,000, all the kind of stuff. Because when the record company realized that you're going to be a great slave, same thing happened in the NFL. Once you do good for the team, your trade value go up. You're a good slave. And so they pay you to be a slave. Now, you don't own none of these hits and none of this stuff. I don't care if you wrote it. You not getting you ain't no. You get a little piece if you wrote it. But when it comes publishing, you certainly ain't about to get that. You probably going to sign all of that away. But you keep right on working like a good slave. You'll make money on the road with your concerts. Same thing happened in gospel. It happens all during time. So anyway, so after that good album, so he got an advance on his next album. But this is what Mace did. Now, this is what I didn't see discussed in the media. And to make it look a little sideways, make you look at P. Diddy a certain kind of way. I'm glad P. Diddy did say something, didn't he? I think he did do a response, but it was very vague. Before he can finish the next album, he runs into Creflo Dollars. So Creflo Dollars and cents and quarters and nickels, he told him, and this is allegedly, and I'm really paraphrasing, but this is what I think. Stop singing all that boogala and all them cuss words and boogala and booty shaking and titty shaking and all that kind of stuff. You quit doing all that stuff in your videos and get yourself back to God. Because that's basically what Mace's message became. And then he ended up starting a church. I know he was preaching around about the bodies of the Christ. And then you know they came out with that scandal about him. He ended up being like the rest of the preachers. But anyway, so anyway, what ended up happening, the Mace got all that money and then went over there and just turned to Jesus, started doing shows and stuff that I went back to God. I mean, so Creflo Dollars and cents and nickels and quarters and dimes is the reason why that Mace got hold of Jesus and let go and didn't do what he's supposed to do. So P. Diddy, coming from a spiritual background and family and stuff, all black folk come from church. He was like, I ain't gonna mess with God and I'm gonna let that go. He doing what he doing, so hey, it is what it is. Now, pause there. Let's go back to the beginning, to the first album. Now, when he pushed Mace, which probably cost him millions of dollars to do, for that record to be a success, of course, Mace did what he did because the material was actually good. But you got to have a machine behind you to push that, and P. Diddy was the machine. He signed over his publishing. And in the signing over his publishing, he got a $20,000 payout. So Mace is tweeting and texting and talking about, I gave you $20,000, at 19 years old. Now I'm 40-something years old. I would like to have my rights to push my music back, which is publishing rights. Every song has 200%. 100% is for the writers to divide. There can be the producers, the people that made the music, the people that wrote this music. They can divide all of that evenly. Everybody get their percentage to come out to 100%. Then the second 200% on the song is publishing, which can be divided up. But 9 times out of 10, when you have a powerhouse label, they typically want most of the publishing. I mean, whatever your song get from radio or for record sales, and maybe even some of the performance times you perform the songs, or if the song get placed in a movie, or with a music supervisor in a TV show or on a sitcom. They're going to want most of those percentages. And what a lot of writers and people who own their own music do, they sign that over, or either get 1% or whatever, or get a cash payout, give that publishing over to the company. So that's what happened at age 19. After they finish wearing the song out and putting it on several CDs, like in gospel, they do wild CDs. They can put it on several CDs and sell it over and over again, or do a revamp of your song, put it back on the radio, wake it back up and sell millions. But after they finish sucking that song dry, then they're gonna give that song back to you. In fact, Erica Campbell, the Marys, Shackles Off My Feet. I think they either this year or next year are finally going to get their publishing rights back from Sony. And that song been out over 20 years. So theirs one ain't as bad as his. His was 50 years. So he about to be 50. Just shut up, Mace, and just wait till you get 50 years old. Because when we look at what you did by leaving and not completing that next album, you owe P. Diddy some money. He upset because he offered $2 million to P. Diddy and he rejected it to get his publishing back. You signed a contract, nigga, which you didn't, all right? So this is my word of advice to make. Shut up. You can ask P. Diddy what you got to pay, because I heard allegedly that P. Diddy said, if you give me the money that this other man across the seas offered me for your publishing, my part of the publishing, then I give it back to you. So you got to come up on that $2 million. If you ain't got the money, go to your spiritual father, Creflo, dollars and cents and nickels and pennies and ones. You go to him. Get you about 4 or 5 more million, match that, and then get your publishing back if you're that bothered. Why you ain't got but less than, I think 5 years to get your whole publishing back, why you so antsy right now, I don't know. But you just going to have to wait. Because you shouldn't have went over there and got hold of Jesus them and felt like you couldn't do both. Did y'all type in there, I can do both, BOFE? Because you can. Don't let nobody tell you can't. I don't know what's wrong with these pastors. Why y'all tell these talented people in the 4 walls of the church that their gift is not supposed to go beyond the 4 walls of the church? Don't you know that's tithe and offering? If they are really saved, they're going to be given to Roma, that's 2.5% to their spiritual father, which probably is you. And then what's left, 10% of that going to the church. They're going out there making hundreds of thousands or millions at a time. You cutting off your nose to spite your face. Let them folk go out there and do whatever God called them to do, and you keep them prayed up. This could be the way that God can open up the door for you and your church. Damn. Let them folk get to the marketplace where the money at. Y'all know there ain't no money in these churches but just for the pastors. Ain't nobody else getting no money. Gospel artists ain't getting no money no more. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. Let me go on a little bit farther. Oh, we're about to go to a break. When I come back, I'm going to tell you what happened. Why I got the rest of these, show them faces. Why I got the rest of these faces up here. I got it up here for something I got to tell you. It's just good to get it behind the scene of what happened this weekend. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to also start it off when we come back from the break, talking about Real Talk Kim from the Preachers of Atlanta. Is it a sitcom? No, reality show. And then we're going to end. I'm going to give you the update on this rape allegation as relates to St. Matthew's from Utica. Is that how you say Utica? Utica in New York. Because I do have an update on that. And I can't wait to share that for all of y'all niggas that was in them comment sections talking sideways at me. You're going to learn to trust my spiritualizations. That's what you're going to learn to do when I get back from this here break. I'm going to tell you about that. All right, let's go.
Are you in need of direction for a decision you have to make? Maybe you're curious about the future. If that's you, the founders of Zoe Ministries and the Company of Prophets are offering you free prophecy. Call 888. New York Times bestselling author Archbishop E. Bernard Jordan has penned a tell-all, thought-provoking book entitled America's Original Sin. This book also gives an in-depth explanation surrounding the Word Network's owner, Kevin Adele, doodling blackface. Get this free download now by visiting www.zoeministries.com. America's Original Sin by Archbishop E. Bernard Jordan. Download your free copy today.
Celestial Tax Service provides excellent tax preparation for the local DMV and all 50 states all year round. Here at Celestial Tax Service, we can assist you with tax preparation, accounting, and credit repair. We go above and beyond for our customers, and we assist you throughout the year with your current and past tax needs. If you want your taxes done with quality work and personal care, and you're looking for new beginnings for your credit history, contact Celestial Tax Services today. For further information or to get services, visit our website at www.celestialtaxservice.org and print out our company credit report or a tax preparation application and email it or fax it in to us, and we'll get you started.
Suffering in silence.
Turning now to some tragic news. 30-year-old pastor of a megachurch in Southern California has died by suicide.
The truth is that the strong have weaknesses too.
We go to church like everything's okay.
Smiling through addictions, pain, depression.
I've seen people live in mixture. It's a scary thing when you see that.
Who really knows how to hear the silent cry?
I feel like I'm going to church to lie. I'm going to church to lie.
Man or woman of God, you are not alone. Register for the one-day Breaking the Silence Conference, February 8th at Life Enrichment Ministries, 4644 Campbellton Road Southwest in Atlanta. Hear from Pastor Dennis Martin, Pastor Darrell Winston, Pastor Liza Hickman, Pastor Quincy Carswell II, and more. Topics include drug addiction, divorce, how to cope with losing it all, ministry and family life balance, and so much more. So Breaking the Silence one-day conference, February 8th, 10 a.m. at Life Enrichment Ministries. Register today at dlmartin.org.
All right, I'm back from the break, but this stomach is still cutting up. So I got me some good old salt. And I need a little lick of it. This make sure my guts don't. I don't need no Nutella spread about in this chair. All right, you saw the commercials. Make sure you download the free America's Original Sin. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to need to watch it because there's something I'm going to be telling you about. I'm going to be doing a show on this month, and you're going to need to make sure you already got this reading up under your belt. Also, want $600 tomorrow? Call Celestial Tax. She can do your taxes and get your money, and you can get a discount if you use the promo code PaperBibleSave. And there's also going to be an event here this weekend, I think it is, in Atlanta for all of you preachers that have these struggles and addictions and at the same time have an anointed struggle and an anointing to do whatever it is. There's going to be a climate created for you, for your learning and for your growth. Make sure you check that out. All right, let's get to the next three topics. Next three topics concerning Kim from the Atlanta Preachers. Also, what happened at the event that I went to and all of the people were there that I done, well, not all of the people, about 6 of the people were there that I done stories on. I'm going to tell you about my experience there. And then also we're going to end to give you the update concerning Matthew Church of God in Christ, this rape, alleged rape, this dude named Warren saying the people did. All right. Said it what now? I forgot about the Super Bowl thing. And Tyler Perry. Okay, let me talk about that real quick. Let me tell y'all what was prophetic. About the Super Bowl. Let me tell y'all this about the Super Bowl, because this win of the Kansas City Chiefs was absolutely, according to the prophets, prophetic. I want y'all to sit with that because it may be a little hard for us to sit with this, because these prophets are real good for when something pop off and happen. They say, oh, God told me, and then running a video when God just told you one time before, and then all of this kind of going on. Well, but this one here seems to be more legit. All right, let me tell you about it. First off, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs that won the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl that they won since Jesus was a baby. The last time they won one, Jesus was a baby. Lucifer was in the choir stand in the tenor section with a tambourine with his lips perched and his back straight, playing the tambourine. So that was when they were young. 50 years ago. So they just won. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus, that y'all done got this here, got your ring. Now listen to this. There's a prophet. You know, some of them white prophets be powerful. You know, we really should be calling them white prophets, because we always categorize, but this is how we do. We talking about somebody, we're going to say what it is first. A Chinese man, or a black man, or a white man, or Indian. That's how we do. It don't necessarily mean it's racist. It's just how do we just call it. Anyway, this is white prophet. His name is Bob Jones. Well, That's Bob Jones. And Bob Jones died in 2014. So he was one of, well, like I said, one of them white prophets, to be prophesying. Well, he is known for several different things. One of the things that I read that he was known for is for giving the 100-year prophecy. He gave this 100-year prophecy concerning every decade. I think it started for the 1990s. Oh, I may have that wrong. No. Yeah, it was a 100-year prophecy. I think he's done it for. It started in the 90s. So he would like prophesy concerning 1980, concerning 1990, concerning 2000, concerning 2010s, concerning 2020s. And he went all the way. He said God only let him see up into the 2060s. Well, with that being said, I think it was during the prophecy for the 2080s or 90s, he began to prophesy, and he said that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. When they win the Super Bowl, what is going to happen? I didn't tell you to change that. I won't read that. I won't read that. But this is what he said. This nigga, you gonna get on my nerves. It ain't. I would have snapped my finger like I do before I tell you to change stuff now. Said Bob Jones told me, this is what somebody, go back because you messing up the whole thing. Anyway, he released a prophecy saying that the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. And when they do, it's going to earmark the beginning of Jubilee. Now, those of you that are Christians, you know the significance of the year of Jubilee, and you also know the significance of the number 50. That basically means Jubilee. Well, if you do that study, you also find out that it's almost 50 for Jubilee. It's really more like 49 and a half. And it was funny that in the Super Bowl, you had the possibility of winning for the first time in 50 years and the 49ers. So this was something that appears to be very prophetic and significant. Okay? I ain't finished. Just keep listening before you get in the comments and go sideways. Look at the prophecy this is the prophecy. This is someone else named Steve who is alleging that Bob told the prophecy to. And Steve posted this on his page. Like, what is this? This is February the what? The 3rd. He posted this on his page, I think January the 19th. It was somewhere in them teens. And posted this meme. And also he expounded on it. This is the meme. It said, Bob Jones told me at least 10 times, when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, you will know that revival is about to come. God is raising up his apostolic chiefs. Now, those of you that know about the fivefold ministry, then you know that the apostle is like for the lack of better words, is like the chief when it comes to the distribution of the different administrations and spiritual manifestations of the spirit or giftings in people's life. So if you in the church, the ideology is, if when you're in the charismatic or the Pentecostal tongue-talking church, if you have a gift, whether that is one that is inside the four walls or the outside, but a lot of people don't even look at the ones for the outside, you're supposed to be tied to an apostle directly or a pastor who has apostolic dimension because they are in relationship with an apostle. But you're supposed to have an apostle in your life because the apostle is like the chief, the CEO that has been in the mind of God and can give to you the directives that you need to follow in order for your gift to be maximized in your world and in your industry. So to make a prophecy like apostolic chiefs, like we see on this meme, when the Chiefs win then we are going to see the raising up of apostolic chiefs. This is very significant for the church and for apostolic and prophetic and kingdom people, because this win signified people coming into their destiny and coming into their position and coming into their place. And this just happened to be the year of 2020, which is 10 on top of 10 on top of 10. And when you begin to look at these numbers and see the formation of these numbers and do the number thing, and I actually have that for MBN patrons. You've seen this. I put this out there. And then I created what I felt like was going to happen in 2020. See, if you combine that with what he is saying, and then also the quarterback made a post, Patrick, he made a post, and he was key to the Chiefs winning. He made a post February the 6th, 2013. Listen, he said, "I bet it feels amazing to be the quarterback who says, I'm going to Disney World," mind you, the Super Bowl happened in Florida, "after winning the Super Bowl." And he happened to be the one responsible for the winning of the Chiefs. Not only that, the girl that sang the Star Spangled Banner, Demi, no, she's my white baby mama. Look what she posted February the 7th, 2010. "One day, I'm going to sing the national anthem at a Super Bowl. One day." Now, isn't that interesting? And she happened to sing the Super Bowl. Now, if all of this is legit, and all of these posts are found to be true, and they are legit, and we do know that Bob Jones is definitely true, then I would say that it is very prophetically significant. If all of this holds true, I'm going to say that this is prophetically significant. And the win of the Super Bowl is very significant. I'm also going to say this. There's been some prophets, some prognosticators. I'm talking about prophets of God. Let me say that. Prophets of God. Well, if I say prophets, I'm talking about the prophets of God, the mediums, the psychics, and everybody, because all of that classifies a prophet. But I'm going to say it like this so y'all can understand what I'm saying. The prophets of God as well as of the prognosticators. All of what they're saying concerning 2020, not only does it coincide, this stuff is happening. Now, it's one thing for the witch to be saying something and then the prophets of God saying something, or and everybody wrong. But it's another thing when everybody is saying something and all of it is coming to pass. Now, that there can bear some watching. That's all I'm saying about that. All right, let me go about my minutes, get to Kim. Now, getting back to Kim. Now, I don't know if y'all remember the preachers of Atlanta. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. This was so good. I don't know what happened. Lemuel and Dr. Holly Carter were responsible for the preachers franchise. We first started out with the preachers of L.A. They had Deidre Hatton. That's really the only one I remember. Oh, McClendon, the real light-skinned man with the curly hair. Oh, and Bishop Noel Jones, because he had he had a long-term girlfriend that, but I think he more in love with his dog than the girlfriend. And what's that, Loretta? Poor thing. How's she doing? Did Loretta even... Lord, Bishop Noel. Somebody called Bishop Noel Jones. Lord, Loretta has been waiting around like a lap dog. I mean, just waiting for a crumb from Noel's table to fall upon her soft metal part. Poor girl. Into darn way, that was good. Then they went over there to the Detroit. That's when we seen Dorinda and Bishop Carletta Vaughn get into it. And what else we seen in there? There was something else in that show that was really good. No, Deidre McClendon got into the L.A. preachers of L.A. That's when they got, that was good. That was some good TV. And then they came to Atlanta. They said the ratings, but I'm going to tell you why the ratings went down. Lemuel and Dr. Holly Carter, y'all were prophets ahead of y'all time in this part of the marketplace. The church was not ready for a show like this. The church was not ready for this type of engagement. What is that going on? I thought I had everything down. It is. It's iPad. I don't know why I ain't figured this iPad out. Oh, yeah. Ron Gibson was on that one. I enjoyed him. He was like the smooth OG. He was in the Preachers of the L.A. And Detroit was good. Now, then they got to Atlanta's when they got. Oh, I remember, yeah, Jay was good, too. His wife seemed to be very nice. I like her. All right, anyway. Right here in the picture is the Preachers of Atlanta. Now, I have had Corey, that's the policeman beside Kim, the little short man. Corey Hambrick, I've had him on the show. Leandra Johnson, which was good TV. I don't know what are they doing? I guess because they want to use Leandra to make money off of her singing and performing. So they're trying to make like they're interested in her maintaining her sobriety, but really they're interested in continuing to keep her a workhorse. But I think that Leandra can make money an entirely different way in reality TV and still sing. Leandra ain't got to sing gospel music if she don't want to. Now, anything come out her mouth is going to be gospel music. I don't care if she's singing about pings or powder or alcohol or hoes and pimps. When it come out her mouth, it's going to be gospel. But I understand that Phil Thornton, what is it, RCA, they want, allegedly, what's best for Leandra. So, and that is her singing gospel. Donna Lawrence, you know, they got her in contact with Ian Lavanzant. So, allegedly, they want what's best for her, which is to continue to do music. It keeps the writers getting paid. It keeps the producers getting paid. It keeps the band on the road getting paid, all staff. Leandra is needed. Without her, ain't nobody getting no money, not even RCA. But the reality is, Leandra don't need any of that. If she chooses to do that, then that's great. It's a great look for gospel, and the girl got the it. But if you put Leandra Johnson on reality TV, listen to me, Andy. Listen to me, We TV. Listen to me, Bounce, VH1, TV1. If y'all ain't scared of the backlash that will come from some people, I'm going to tell you right now, when I first started in 2016, folk weren't ready for my show. It's the same running time as the Preachers franchise. People weren't ready. But now, people are more open because we've seen a lot and we can digest a lot. If y'all put Leandra Johnson on reality TV, Lemuel, you got, what's that thing he got the Puerto Rican princess on? Zeus Network. Come on, commenters, tell me ain't it the truth? Would you watch if Leandra Johnson was on reality TV? Listen, Nene who? We be like, Nene who? Oh, I done forgot who that was. If you put Leandra Johnson on reality TV, we are going to watch. She will make millions just being herself, all of who she is. Give about a couple $100,000, start back her church here in Atlanta, with all of the drama that comes with that, because she was passing all different types of people. This whole Preachers of Atlanta show, the only people that watched were the people that wanted to watch Leandra. Pastor was telling people not to watch. We had Donna McClurkin telling people not to watch. We had Daddy Jakes telling people not to watch. It was in their messages because I talked about them here on the show. It was telling everybody not watching that franchise. Noel and T.D. Jakes had a conversation about that. He didn't like that. But now, I dare you. I dare you. Woo. Woo. Look how many folk we got online right now. We got over 2,000 people watching me now live, and it's a resounding I would watch. Now we don't even really need but a good 700,000 people at the core to watch a reality show for it to stay on. If we over 1 million every time it come on, I think my show is a good example of what the people ready for in our community. And these people are saying that they will watch. Somebody better hear me. Y'all better hear me. Get Leandra on the TV. Do you hear what I say? Get up there now. Get up there. The girl is bad. She's a phenomenon. She's a phenomenon. Anyway, but we're not talking about her. Then the white boy back there is Judah, who's very nice. And then also Canton Jones, who's the pastor here in the area. Do you still got his church here? Okay, I don't know Canton. I know Judah personally. I know Corey personally. I know Leandria personally. That means went out to eat, talk, have conversations, still text back and forth and deal on today. I don't know Kim personally. But I've always liked Kim. We've only went back and forward on social media occasions. And and sometimes she show up and she's been in the comment section during the show. But I don't know her. But this white woman has an uncanny ability to connect with women. Now we're going to have to agree with this, because this is just what the truth is. She has an uncanny ability to connect with women, and not just church women. Excuse me. Lord have mercy, I got to hurry up. Something is happening in my digestive system. And I'm trying to hold the eye. See how tight that is? The eye of my bread basket, just like that, because if I just relax a little bit like that, Nutella. All right, anyway. So, and she's unique looking. Well, she remind me of somebody secularly. God, what's that woman name? A little bit of Ellen mixed with, that's old Ellen, not the new Ellen now. She's done went fully 100%, what you call, is it butch lesbian? She nearby butch lesbian. But Ellen used to look like, just a jazzy, snazzy, white woman, but with a little bit of street and artsy. But Ellen done left that. She went all the way to butch lesbian. She, what you call it? She little bit, almost a stud. Ellen, but not God blessed Kim. God blessed Real Talk Kim got an uncanny ability when it comes to the women's. They listen to her. She could be lying. They're going to listen to what she's saying. If they hurt in a little bit, Kim begins to talk and say, you can make it. You can make it. You don't have to accept that. You don't have to. Kim, be right. Oh, Lord Jesus, Kim, Lord have mercy. Conferences do well. She on the road doing really well. On the show, we got to look at her husband. Something in my spiritualizations at that time say, you know what? Something don't seem to be right. God bless Mark. But something just don't seem to be right. And they got a church down the street. Well, that's about 35 minutes from here in Fayetteville, Georgia. I'm in Buckhead. And I'm a Buckhead black. All the blacks right here in Atlanta ain't Buckhead black. They try to look and act like they're Buckhead black, but they're really broke black. But they got Gucci, Coach, Louis Vuitton, and everything. Their belts, the eyeglasses, $1,000, and they about 10 of them stay in an apartment down around the street paying $5 a month a piece, to make up the rent. But I'm Buckhead black. No. I'm not the rough side of East Point black. I'm not the rough side. No. I'm Buckhead black. There's a difference. Somebody black in Atlanta, they come out, you ask them where they live, so you know what kind of black they is. Because there's some blacks down here in Atlanta. If they ain't Buckhead black, you can't trust them. If they Alpharetta black, you can trust Alpharetta black. Sandy Springs blacks, you can trust them. John Creek blacks, that's the places outside of Atlanta where they folk be lying saying they live in Atlanta, they don't. Duluth blacks, run. Nope. Unless they stay over there where Portia House is at. You can trust them Duluth blacks. Buckhead, Cascade blacks, run. Bankhead blacks, run. Yeah, there's a good side of Cascade, but that ain't new. I mean, that ain't old. That's new. You can trust the Buckhead black. You cannot trust. And the rest of them blacks, when the rest of them places, and you can't do that, you be in the midst. All right, let me get back to my story. Anyway, real talk, Kim, my spiritualization is no, something was not right with this here. I said, something in my spiritualization is just saying this is all kind of crazy. And I was right. Ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot release the receipts yet, and I think the online posts have been deleted, but I have received the receptacles that prove that this young man is nasty. And he's been nasty on, allegedly, he's been nasty on Real Talk Kim. Now, this is her third marriage. The girl done been through some things. We've seen that on the Preachers of Atlanta. She done been through and thought this was the best thing in the world. And probably the reality is, it's probably been bad for a while, and she been saving face, because she don't want the church to hurt. She don't want the church to have to go through a split, which they probably ain't gonna go through no split. People, look, Kim, them folk in that church cause of you. I don't care how good Mark preach. They let me say this. I ain't never been there, so I don't know, but I can say this. You can walk up out that church, and all the women and their husbands that love the puss that God gave them are going to follow you as they pastor. So you make up your mind, do what you want to do. This is a win-win for you, Kim, especially if it's as bad as I have read in this stuff that I done seen. And then if them posts still up and look at the comment section and what they were flashing in there, this is bad. Go on about your business. Stand up in your church and say, you know what? Keep me in prayer as I get this here divorce. Don't say keep us in prayer, we're going through. Don't do that. You need to have a real conversation and say, I'm about to walk up out of this because what I've been teaching y'all women is to be strong and or love yourself and all that kind of stuff. This is how I need to love myself in this situation. I need to take my hips up out this relationship and go find me somebody that can love me right. Now, allegedly, I interviewed some women, two women. Okay, I can't tell too much. But Real Talk Kim, allegedly you could be in physical danger if he gets upset. Because there was one woman that alleges that she almost was killed because he choked her. And I spoke with her privately. Now, of course, she did not want me to share her name. She don't want me to share her story. But she did say I can do this, but she didn't want to come forward. But I got to be careful what I can say. But I don't know how much you know, Kim, or how much evidence you got, but just know, like the old folks say, where they smoke, there's fire. And it would just be in your best interest. I don't know if y'all had kids together or anything, for you to get yourself out of this relationship. That's what I think. Now, if God tell you to do something different, you go with what God say. But I think that you need to pack it all up and move to Beverly. You need to get the heck out of Dodge. Find you another place down there in Fayetteville, Georgia, and go on about your business. And he don't want to leave the church, go start your own. You got media on your side. There ain't nothing out here bad about you. You got media on your side. Go right on head on and mind you, but let Mark go to them other women that he been talking to and dealing with. Let him do that. Another thing I'm going to say also, Real Talk Kim, listen to me. I want you to make him put on a condom if you still want to give him a little puss, I don't know. Because all women listen, you can always use your puss to negotiate in a divorce proceeding. You can always use that. we're never going to turn it down. A lot of times it seems like the juices are sweeter when they're forbidden. You know, so the day my former wife was talking about she wanted to go about her way, you know, we were going to divorce, and I asked for one last piece right then. She said no, but I asked for one last piece, and she ain't never told me no. In 20, how long we married? 18 years. I know at that moment something wasn't right. Now the other side of me said, why don't you just do da-da-da-da, you can get it. But I said, no, I ain't going to do that because I could have. So remember to use your puss to negotiate. Make sure he signed on a dotted line. If y'all got some property and stuff together, you use your puss to negotiate and keep him in a good energy. Just make sure he wears a condom. That's what I want to say. Make sure he wears a condom. Now, y'all know LRL, what I say. White men wear what? Condoms. Black men, we wear condominiums. So you make sure that he has on a condom. Mm-hmm. Then this, I'm about to give you this free advice. Jakes will tell you this, but God gonna bring it through LRL tonight. Because this is good advice. Or Dr. Phil or Oprah, one of them. They'll tell you this. Your next husband is a black man. So you're going to go from a man that needs condoms to a man that wears condominiums. What you have needed in your life. You've been working with this. But God going to give you this. Run from that man. And watch things turn in your favors. Now, I'm going to keep my ears to the ground and find out any of these women want to go ahead and do an end of their view, which will be helpful to Kim in divorce proceedings, because y'all do know LRL get played in these courts. You do know. Those of you that have been in court, when I'm in court, have seen me played. So you can easily play a testimony of one of these women to prove the infidelity and get all of what you want from Mark. All right, on to the next story. Oh, Lord have mercy. My stomach just gave me another one. Just then, it hit me in my lung. Who is that down there beating my lungs like that? The bottom part of my lungs. Somebody in my intestine is upset. Oh, my God, my stomach. All right, Culture story I'm going to do last. Or should I do Genesis last? Let me do no, because somebody may call in for a code. Let me check my phone. Because there's supposed to be somebody calling in. Let me see. Hallelujah. Let me see. This nigga has not hit me back, so I'm going to go ahead and do the story and end with the Genesis Warren. Hallelujah. So what now? Okay, let's go ahead and do the Culture Church. All right, let me tell y'all about this right here, because this here is a whole mess. I'm going to read to y'all what I said in this post. Up next is coming all that stuff when all them preachers and stuff. We're going to do that. When did Zara take this picture and put it up on her Facebook page? She can mess around and get a whooping. She going to mess around and get a whooping. I see something happening in her life. Every time she get her hair done, we end up finding her on these websites that she ain't supposed to be, because she knows she ain't got no business on certain social media occasions at no 15 years old. She gonna mess around, and I'm gonna have to beat her whole tail. I'm not fooling up with her. And I told her, I ain't like the rest of the parents. I will send you somewhere to get your whole life together, and you won't be able to talk to us for 3 months. I told her today, I told her. I said, we ain't look, we not like the other parents. She put her coin together, I put my coin together, and send you somewhere for $30,000 for 3 months to get your whole life. That does not happen. You got the wrong parents. You're not going to be in here sideways and doing this stuff like these ratchet little children. These children are so darn ratchet and talking a certain kind of way, and we don't do a fool like that. You need to find you some friends that got better morals. I don't. You're not been fooling with no ratchet folk. Give me your phone. Let me look through it. Yes. Who is that? And why they saying this? Why are you cussing in your text? Exari, do you want to die? You're 15 years old. You ain't got no job. Get your mess together. No, you ain't been on Snapchat. No IG. All right, are y'all ready for this? I'm so sorry. I had a little something to come up in my spirit. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the Church of God in Crisis. So many times on this show, the Church of God in Christ makes it on this show because somebody done did something and Bishop Blake didn't know. So when he found out, then it's too late because by then it's already in the blogs and in the vlogs. But, of course, you know, I visit a Church of God in Christ church, but to me, they feel apostolic, because you know I am apostolic. And I enjoy going to Bishop Dennis Martin and First Lady June Pace Martin Church. If you're in the area and you want to go to a church where there ain't no egos, you don't feel that political stuff, that whole money thing, but it's just praise the Lord, worship and fellowship and just enjoy, and a good encouraging word every Sunday. Now, he got too long this last Sunday. Well, last Sunday, no, Sunday before last. I said, Lord, we supposed to be here for 10 to 12. You done spoiled me the first few months I was here. Now you getting here 12:30, 12:40. Look, Pastor. But it's all right because I love the Martin family. Good music. I mean, just, and the First Lady is so nice. All right, so I go, I visit. I ain't no member. I'm apostolic. But I help and I assist like a member. So, and y'all know I do like the Church of God in Christ Church, you know, but it ain't going to keep me from talking about a story that's Church of God in Grace. It's just not. All right. Well, I made this post, put the picture up while I read the post. A 52-year-old man said he was molested in the 70s and the church covered it up. We know that the church, particularly the Catholic Church and the black churches, will bury and hide stuff. Not only that, the church at large has proven to be a great place for predators, criminals to hide and thrive. Read this article. Tell me what you think. I can't help but think about what is the accuser's motive. I was molested by 6 family members and later in life intoxicated and violated. 1 out of the 8 involved in these events I confronted. That convo and the convo with those that mattered in my life, along with prayer, fasting, and counsel, was all I needed to heal and move forward. 2 of them involved. Now, I went back to the story there because some of you asked, what are you talking about? Oh, no, this is still my story. 2 of them involved are dead now, and the others I never confronted and just had to heal and deal without an apology, admittance, or recognition. That didn't happen in church, but the soul work I had to do is the same, so I am empathetic to Warren's story. I got through all that many, many years ago, so I am wondering at 52 years old, what is it you really want? And what are you after? We know that the Kojic Church has hid and done some stuff absolutely, in my opinion, but I am side-eyeing this here. I think this Me Too culture can bear some watching because I think it's being undermined and manipulated at times. And maybe we shouldn't be so quick to believe stuff without some substantials and supporting data. Just because we've seen it happen before don't mean it did with everyone. I just think we should be more objective when it comes to stuff like this. Letting a criminal get away to harm others is the same sin that making an innocent person a criminal is to me. All right. Y'all went through, well, not a lot of you, but some of y'all got upset with me because of what I said. Now, for all you hoes that was in there talking crazy in that comment section, I'm about to drag you and your mammy. You as dumb as a bucket of rocks. I mean, you ain't got no sense if you couldn't read the black and white and understand from where I was coming. I took long to type so that the dumb part of you can at least experience smart for a little piece of time. I explain myself in such a way to where you are very clear that I sympathize and empathize with people that have been raped and molested, and then told you some of my own sensitives, which I've done several times, but some of you like you heard it for the first time, but I'm over and I'm past it. Mine didn't happen in the church, but a violation is a violation. Point is, and you still accuse me. You still accuse me of being insensitive. No, I was not. And I was not telling him to just get over it. But what I was questioning is his motive behind talking about this at this time, and it happened in the 70s, over 30, almost 40 years ago, and the people that he's alleging did it to him dead. Now wait. And this is why I shared my story about the many family members that molested me. Then later on, altogether it's 8 people, then later on was intoxicated and violated. Now listen to this. I had a conversation. That was my confronting. It wasn't like, you did that. I was able to explain this is what happened, this is how I felt, this is what happened in my mind, this how this shows up today for me when it comes at that time with confidence and that was way back. I had that conversation. I can't remember what it was, but I remember the nail going into the coffin and it was done 2012. It was over for me. So this 2020. So what sense it made for me to get up here and call those family members' names, to dig all of that up when they have their own lives, have their wives, have their children, and just make a big ruckus out of it? No, I need to take my hips to the counselor and get to work on that. If I feel like I need my voice or to get a voice, then let me call them and have my voice in the space and with the person that I felt like took my voice, or in the space or at the moment I felt like I didn't have a voice. Then take my hips back to the counselor and continue to work on through that. I think this Me Too call out, come forth culture that is being manipulated at times. I ain't say all the time. At times, I think it's been manipulated and people are using it for opportunity to get recognition, to get famous, so that they can then do their books or do their shows, which just is not likely to happen unless you are an A-lister and it happens too. You barely gonna get an interview, so that's just you really barking up the wrong tree. Media has changed in the last 10 years. That don't even happen no more. Those books ain't even at the top of the bestsellers unless these are people that A-listers and have opportunity to drum up an audience. It just does not happen. Or they're doing it to money. And my spiritualization say about this here. Now, mind you, this is like the 3rd or 4th thing that I've came across that I said I felt like it was funky. And then all of a sudden, when the proof come out, I was right. And ladies and gentlemen, I received a call, I done some research, and come to find out, I was right. So somebody would say, well, you put the article in there, and the article said, yeah. Let me tell y'all this about these lawyers. If you give them a retainer to fight for you, they're going to fight for you, and they're going to keep you in a relationship with them so you to keep that retainer fulfilled every single month. It's money-based for them. And you paying them to fight with a lawyer back and forth to this. At some point in time, maybe somebody going to get a judge or a jury sometime to believe what you say. If you got evidence, if you don't have evidence, y'all know how the justice system is. People can really commit a crime, have a good lawyer, and the judge be a certain kind of way, sometimes pay it off, and they walk, and they kill them, and we know it. The justice system, you cannot 100% rely on all the time. I think the justice system was created. And you know, and it's antiquated and old. Most of the crimes now, there's nothing on the books for it because it has not received an upgrade. Somebody need to upgrade the judicial system because when it comes to identity theft, when it comes to cyber stuff that happened over the internet, there are no laws for it. They're having to create them. So when it comes to the justice system, I think it was created to really prosecute as opposed to give people justice. That's what I think. And as a result, there's a slip and a tilt in the balances of justice. You know that the symbol where the balances are? That thing is tilted. That thing gets tilted. It's tilted in the favor of money and power. Don't have nothing to do with justice. I'm saying that sitting right here and got a lawyer on retainer, but I'm telling you what the truth is. It's tilted in money and power. Whoever got the money to fight, the lawyers to fight, and the relationships to fight, gonna win. I don't care if they killed them and strung them up. So that article to me ain't mean because he went, started a lawsuit, so now there's paperwork. So, of course, it's going to become an article. That's why them other stories that were brought to me, I would tell them to go get a police report, get a lawyer, start a lawsuit. Because then, I mean, the way media works, and I'm a multimedia personality, I'm a comedic commentator. If it gets in the public, then I can do the story because it's paperwork. There's something substantial, some supported data, and I can speak about it. I'm not a journalist, so I don't have to have those things, but I want people to respect the LR brand. So there's some stuff I don't move on unless I have some substantials. That's why I've never had to go back and repeat and take down a story. That's why anybody come after me with defamation, libel, and slander loses, because that's not how I work. So I posted it up there and broke the conversation, but my spiritualizations told me something right. And so, without getting too long, and cause this nigga ain't calling me, I don't know what the word is. Yeah. Oh, he's one of the people that know. Okay, put him on the line. Where is he at? I don't know. Ask him and see if that him. Check and just open it up, see who that is. Robert Enoch, this you?
Yes, hello.
That's you, Robert.
Yes, it's me.
Okay, give us the rundown right quick.
Yes,
I got 5 minutes. Run it down.
Oh, Lord, 5 minutes. Okay. That is my home church in Utica, New York. I'm fourth generation, a part of that church. Okay. The story is saying that Warren Curtis said that this happened in the 70s. Warren Curtis, we didn't even know him in the 70s. Never heard of him or whatever. I didn't hear nothing, we didn't even meet Warren until 80 or 81. That's when I was 14 years old. So for him to say this happened in the 70s, it is not true at all. Secondly, the names that he's used, okay, when he told me that or what happened to him, he gave me a name. I spoke to one of the names that are on the list. I spoke to his son, who Warren used to play for at their church. They even said Warren gave them another name. Then I spoke to another person that said Warren Curtis had the same story, but he used another name. So how come the same story comes up with a different name every time? There's a lie somewhere. But what I have detected and what I have discerned, the reason why he's using people's names of status is because of leadership in the Church of God in Christ. One of the names that Earl Carter is mentioning, that particular pastor is becoming a bishop. And normally, as we know in church, when you become elevated, the enemy going to come up with some kind of mess or some junk or whatever. So for Warren Curtis to come with this story that he had to be molested, the one that's supposed to have started him and did this to him from the 70s, that is not true. And secondly but not least, at 14 years old, I was dating girls, so didn't know nothing about no men dealing with men, doing this or doing that or whatever. I am one of the recipients or one of the victims that Warren molested.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So the man that is blaming two dead men for molesting him allegedly, you're telling me that allegedly he molested you?
Yes. I never had no man I never knew nothing about man sucking dick or whatever. He did that to me. I was dating girls at the time. Didn't know that was true. He didn't know that existed. Then end up finding out he did that to several other men, where it became known Do not allow your son to go to the bathroom and then Warren Curtis go behind him. Every church that he has played for, he got put out because of doing that to boys. When he started with me, I had to come to church to learn how to play a song. And I was standing by the piano, and he turned around and took his hands, went in between my legs from the back and grabbed my dick. I turned around and moved and like, what are you doing? So once I got home, my mother, she was a designer and she had a gift of prophecy. My mother picked it up. She said, what happened? I said, what are you talking about? My mother said, I want you to tell me the truth. What happened at that church? I said, Mama, and I started crying. My mother called my father. My mother called my uncles. And then 3 of my father's brothers are married to the mafia granddaughters. They all came to my house with their guns. And I sat there and cried like a baby. And they said, Robert, tell us what happened. We're going to look for him and we're going to kill him. I said, please don't do it. Don't kill him.
90 seconds.
The pastor and the leaders at the church, they had a meeting with Warren and they promised my mother that nothing like this would not. I was the church organist. I had to go everywhere where the church went. I am a victim of Warren molesting. And then from that, he came back and started sucking my dick.
Okay.
And there is a long list of guys. There's a long list of guys
60
that I can add on
seconds.
to the list that have had that experience from Warren Curtis.
Okay. Wait a minute. I can't. I'm not even going to press this issue, but I told you guys my spiritualization, I can be wrong. But when I get that little tingle that's telling me there's something more to this, my thing was, why are you coming at 52 on some dead people? It's almost like you trying to get.
He's not 52. He's not 52. He's 57. Warren has always been 3.5 to 4 years older than me. So when I was 14, Warren had to be 19 or 20 years old. Come on.
And that happened to you at age 14.
At 14.
Okay.
10 seconds.
So, thank you so much for calling in. You just confirmed and I'm not going to say suspicions, but it's not wrong to be suspicious, but it's just what I felt, that this was a money grab.
Right.
I still think it's a money grab because if they're dead, you're trying to go after the church and say it covered it up so you can get an insurance payout. This is clear to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem, sir.
Well, I want. Wait a minute. This boy was crafty. He reached from behind. I mean, y'all know what that is, fellas. How many times have you hug your woman, reach down her panties, go past the eye of her bread basket to her soft middle part from behind? This is what this man did to him, but reached for his scrotum and his peen. That's next level nastiness. That means you on a different level of nastiness. You experienced predator, allegedly. Oh, it's never good to try to out somebody because now all your stuff come out with it. If you had never did this, Warren, we would have never heard this story. You can't win being dirty. You can't win. And you was already a homosexual. Get this story off of my screen. This is wearing my spirit. Lord, I that was heavy. Oh my God. Well, let me tell you what happened to me this weekend. We're about to end the show on this story. Oh, no. Yeah, we're going to still end the story, but let me just tell you this about Tyler Perry. I'm going to tell y'all this. Y'all dragged Tyler Perry. Y'all dragged him. Y'all dragged Tyler Perry about this fall from the gracious. And let me tell y'all this here. Y'all keep right on running your mouth on and putting your lip on these folks doing whole shows. I seen people doing hundreds of thousands of views, making money and clicks and likes on YouTube rations just talking about Tyler Perry. I told y'all years ago in my write-up that this man is a minister in Hollywood. Yo, talking about you a lie because he wearing a dress. He saying cuss words. He doing this. No, this man is a light in Hollywood. And a black one at that one. Let this man be. This is somebody in our community that we as black folk need to support. We don't have to agree with everything that they do. But this is our folk winning and employing our people. Stop it. For the haters, I would like to report that the Tyler Perry is the first week for the movie A Fall from Grace. 26 plus million views. I know Netflix is happy, and I know Tyler is happy because that means that they're going to do another contract and cut you another check for something else. Tyler Perry got his stuff in Netflix, on BET Plus, Lionsgate in a relationship with them, and some other, I don't know everything, but I'm just saying, the man is bad. And we need to celebrate. You're talking about bad wigs, bad this. I would have to agree some of that was looking a certain kind of way, but he's our Tyler's, he's our Perry's. All right, now on to the next story. Y'all need to go read my blog, what I wrote about Tyler Perry years ago. You got to go to wordpress.com/iamLarryDReid. I think it is. Type that in your thing and see if it come up like that. Let me see. wordpress.com/iamLarryDReid. Here it is. Nope. It said page not found. So wait a minute, I don't know where. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it right quick. I'll put the link in there. All right. Oh, here it is. iamLarryDReid.wordpress.com. iamLarryDReid.wordpress.com. It's my old blog. It's old stuff. But I got a blog on the preachers of Atlanta. Oh, here's something that will make you want to click and read. I done a write-up October the 26th, 2016 called We Are Gay. We all are. That's going to blow your mind. Now, don't nobody take this blurb and make it say I'm saying something I'm saying. That ain't what I said. You got to read it to see what it is. I got one called Jesus Christ is the Center of My Spirituality. I have a write-up talking about cyber churches in 2016 before it became a fad. I talked about master moms, the power of the mom, the role of the mom. I wrote it around Mother's Day. 6 reasons senior pastors struggle with depression, which became a very viral story. Tyler Perry, a movie mogul or minister. I was talking about the Medea's Christmas. Okay, and then I done the Preachers of L.A. and what Bishop T.D. Jakes said about the Preachers of L.A. And then when Tyler Perry laid his hand on T.D. Jakes. So let me put that, I'm going to put the link in the chat. So you guys can go back and read all of that. You'll enjoy it. You'll like it. You may not. It's a good read. So my lady Williams said, I am not gay. Well, you know, there are many, I titled it that for a reason. You have to read what I mean by that. I'm not talking about your sexuality. I need for you to read it. Go back and read it. Somebody said, read I am not gay. A female says, I love peen. I titled it like that for a reason. Kendra said, I'm not gay, and you too, but I'm in lust with your helper outer, a.k.a. Nancy, a.k.a. Kendall, the mighty fine peacock. I bet he love that. But if you see them feet, you might change your mind. God is fair. You can't have this. Ken ain't got to work out and get to have muscles. Eat anything he want to eat. I eat one biscuit. I get titties. One, get A cups immediately. That ain't fair. But to fix his ego, God gave him flat, ugly feet. My God must be praised and glorified, for he's fair. He fair. Okay, anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and do this last story. Ladies and gentlemen, I done put the link in there so you can go back and read those. Y'all be nowhere lying saying I said something I ain't say. All right, let's go ahead and do this right here. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? That's it. Look, Tamisha McKenzie Snell from Facebook in the Facebook church. One biscuit is all it takes. Just one. Somebody said, what about Kim Potter? We already done that story. Rewind. Let's see what Periscope is saying. Periscope is over there cutting up too. They enjoying the live. I know I done messed up tonight. I done too much. I might have to go back and cut some stuff out. I done acted up. All right, let me tell y'all what happened. Well, there's this prophetess. Her name is Genesis Warren. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Genesis Warren. Now, we met because we were in a session together, and her pastor is Brian Carn. It's no longer Prophet Brian Carn, although he is a prophet. He's overseer Brian Carn because he got these churches, and now she done started a church. But I get to that. I met her. The day I met her, I just saw her across the other side of the room. And when I seen her, it was just something about her that made me like her. So the same day I met her, and if you've met me in the anywhere, you've seen me or ran into me not even knowing me. If you're a female, I naturally, which I gotta check now, I naturally kiss women. So I got a picture. I just met her and I was kissing her on her jaw. I thought she was just sweet. She just had this feel about her to where she was very personable. She was very kind. She was very raw and outspoken. She's old school. Now, anytime you see, she a fluffy girl. Anytime you see this girl right here, she gonna be dressed to the nines from the top of her head to the sole of her feet. She carried herself like a woman of God and a fashionable woman as well. Always smell like berries and juice. Always smell like all kind of sweet smelling savior. Now I'm telling you what I can't stand is when you meet a fluffy woman and the scent, or a fluffy person, period, and you smell them. You got to be careful. Because when you're fluffy, you got rolls, crevices. You got to go in them crevices, wash them crevices, and then put something in them crevices to make sure them crevices stay dry. You can't be lotioning up your whole body in your crevices and then go out in the public. You can lotion up, moisturize your body at night before you go to bed in your crevices and go to sleep on that and then get up and wash that out. You got to keep some dryness, because in a crevice, if it got some oil and some wet locked up in there like that, it gets spoiled. You smell up in them crevices and you meet them. You say, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" You pat them, and one of them crevices, the air come out one of them crevices. Stomach, toe up, nose, burnt, eyes, water, ears, itching, throat, itching. Don't do that. But it ain't so with her. So all y'all women around here in Atlanta, y'all ain't been raised right by no women, skinny or fluffy. You need to go over there. The Genesis church, she was prophetess Genesis all this long time, but now she pastor Genesis Warren at the Dominion Church. So I met her then, I kissed her then. We kept contact online. Eventually we switched numbers. Been out to eat a few times. She had a service one time I couldn't come to. Anybody that know me know I'm like this. I sent her an offering, couldn't come. Then the next time she came, had a service, I went, I popped in a little piece, and everybody know me that if I get there on time, it's so I can leave before time. And sometimes if my stuff don't do right, I get there late, leave early. It's just a ministry for me. I'm sorry, it's a ministry. So I went there, did my little CashApp. I love you. I'm out. Left. And then this weekend, she had a weekend of her installation called now she's going to be a bona fide pastor. So her overseer, Prophet Brian Carn, you know, here on the show, we dubbed him Opposite Prophet because he has so many prophecies that won't come to pass. But the reality is that he has done more prophecies that have came to pass than have not. And we just ain't letting go of the ones that he was wrong on, that he owned and came public and said, yeah, I was wrong. I'm just going to stop, saying, prediction stuff that don't be right. We seen him do that. Okay, so anyway, so he was there. Now, I'm going to say this. I heard Brian Carn preach many years ago at Bishop Leo Lewis Church in Alabama. I heard him preach. I said, they got this boy going around here preaching all these places because he prophesied and tell your first and last name and predict the future and tell you stuff that's going to happen and all that kind of stuff. That's why they got this boy. Because this preaching is not his ministry. He cannot preach. What is this? And let me tell you what I mean. He will say some good stuff, but for me, being that I have been trained and raised around great preachers and have been doing it for many years, don't read no text and then you go way out somewhere else and don't never come back to your text and don't make all of this make no sense. I just can't. And it seemed like either he just read a scripture and just went off. And I see, I don't even know why Bishop Apostle Leo Lewis in Macedonia had this book come preach. And in fact, I was supposed to come another time he was preaching, and I said, I ain't coming cause he preaching. It's a waste of my time. And this was years ago, many years ago. And what I'm telling you guys, I told him yesterday, well, whenever the day was when I went and he was there preaching. So I know that also Bishop Demetrius Senegal was going to be there because it's like they're friends. So Demetrius Senegal is a bishop. He used to be known as Prophet Demetrius Senegal. He go to church, call out folk, tell your first, last name, your address, and all this kind of stuff. They got that kind of gift like them African prophets do, to where they tell you the digits and your phone numbers and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why they do that. I mean, I think every prophet that speaks for God, sometimes the message that God gives you sometimes may be detailed that way, or it may be predictive, but it's not a matter of you trying to know people's phone number and name, or you trying to know when something's going to happen in the future, although I'm pretty sure some prophets may try to do that. But the way we were trained to just hear what God is saying clearly and convey that message. If there are dates, times, and predictions in it, hey, my job is not to do that. My job is not to prognosticate. That's what the other prophets do. The prophets, not the prophets of God. The prophets of God speak for God as God give them spiritual utterances. But the other prophets, that includes the psychics, the mediums, and all those prognosticators and whatever, they be peeping, looking, trying to get information to give you. But that ain't how I do. And the prophets of God I know. Now, so him and Brian, and they all, and Todd Hall, and who else? There are a few, Manasseh Jordan. There are a few of them. Now, all prophets are going to do that at some point in time, I would like to think. But some like specialize in that area of the whole digits and addresses and all that kind of going on. And so he was known for that too, but when he's got ordained a bishop, it's like he went more into this role of, because now he's known like, he's the one, if you do something in the church or online and saying, and you doctrinally off, he's going to get on live and he's going to drag you. He might not call your name, but you know he's talking about you, and he's going to drag you across the street and beat over your head about the Bible because you did not get it right. So now he's really known for that. and for bringing structure to churches, to events and ceremonies. So I knew he was going to be there as a celebrant or something. And to be sure he was. When they got there, he was on stage waiting for everybody else to come in. I don't know where these folks was at. I said, where's everybody? Senegal, the only one sitting up there and dressed up in the, the stuff that the Catholic folk wear. I can't stand that stuff. One of the first things I did after I quit pastoring was get rid of all that stuff I spent about $8,000 on, including the bishop ring and the tippet and the zuketa and the shumi and all this that. I got rid of all of it. I took it right down there. What was that place I took it to, Nancy? What Goodwill. I know what the name of it, but I took it right down there in Buckhead. I said, here, take all of this because I can't stand it. All civic attire and all. God bless what everybody else do, but I just don't like it. I mean, if I have to come to your event to do some stuff, I mean, because I've done ordination and things of that nature, I would do it if I had to do it, but that's not the space I'm in, so don't ask me. But anyway, so he was there. Now, for those of you that do not know, I have done stories on Brian Carn. I've done stories on Dimitri Senegal. And I've done stories on Travis Jennings. And I've done stories on Jamal Harrison Bryant. And I've done stories on Marika Chisholm. She's a gospel singer. And I've done stories on Michelle Williams. You gotta go back to the LarryReidLive emblem. And I've also done stories on J.D. Bush. I don't have his picture in there. And I've also done some stories on somebody every darn body. Let's get back to Genesis. So I walked up in there. I told her that I was coming at last minute. I come in there and I go and I sat down. I'm sitting down there. And I already seen Senegal. I said, well, no, I know Carn gonna be here, but me and Carn talk every once in a while. I said, so, we good. He understands what I do. I understand, most areas, quite a few, the areas that matter, Jesus we agree on. So, I actually wanted to hear him preach, because I've talked to him and I've been trying to get him on the show, but I don't know why he won't do it, to have a transparent conversation. But in talking to him over the years, I've noticed a lot of, he would tell you he's changed a lot. But he won't sit down and publicly and talk about it. So everybody just think what they think. So I was interested in hearing him preach. I wanted to see what they were going to say. And Shamako went with me. Kendra didn't go. He did he did good. He did excellent. But he did far beyond what I would thought. He made a statement. And I'm probably going to really mess this up. He made a statement about the Bible and how people apply the Bible in 2020. And it's a text that is written thousands of years old. And how what it said is true. But when you try to apply it to 2020, applying it to 2020 in that same context is in error. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's simple knowledge to me. But what I hear from a lot of these preachers, that ain't how they preach. Certainly not Brian Carn when you going to hell for breathing. I said, well, Lord, I turned to Bishop, because they said, man, I know somebody probably had a problem with that, but these people see Bishop Senegal know me, Carn them know me. Them other bishops over there, they know that I got 20 years. I had my own organization of churches, and they know that I was a bishop over those churches, the apostle over those churches. He knows that the organization he was in wanted to ordain me a bishop, and I rejected being a suffragan bishop. So they know. So some of the people were like, why they got LarryReidLive sitting over there with the bishop and apostles and prophets? But that's where they set me. So when I was listening to Brian Carn preaching, and he said that, I turned to Bishop, what's his name? Bishop Marcus. I don't know why I can't think of his name. I'm having a moment, but I know him. I turned to him. I said, what? And he is, the guy is so funny that was sitting beside me. And he said, I said, now look, you can get a little sketchy with it, but he right. He said, yeah, he right. I said, this nigga preaching. And so he was laughing at me because I was talking about how good Carl was preaching. So the service is going on. I'm surprised. I felt a little something, so my hand went up a couple of times. I said, wait a minute now. I feel my. I know y'all don't know what that is. But sometimes when you're in service and when you're feeling a certain kind of way, listen to a gospel song, you feel your my. Your my makes you say, my. And I felt it. Felt my my. I said, this is all right. This is good. It's going good. And that boy was preaching. You hear me? The boy was preaching and bringing it back to that text and go back out there and give the prophetic and then come back to that text. I said, this is good. And I seen something pretty, because there are quite a few pretty things that was in the church. There were quite a few pretty things. I seen something pretty come through that door. I said, wait a minute, she light skinned and she got the shape I like. You know, I like I like all different types of women, but then there's certain stuff I prefer, And so I was looking, I said, oh, that look like that girl from Destiny's Child. I said, TV show, that ain't her. She don't know Genesis and nobody up in there. She been on the road all these years. What's one of them songs they sang? Baby boy, dump my bro. Baby boy, do my bro. Baby boy, do my bro. Baby boy, I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I want some ketchup, but I have mustard. Well, I don't know what the words is. So I looked over. What is it? How bootylicious go? My body so bootylicious, baby. What else is dancing? I want to know why you as a male know all these feminine songs.
I am a Beyonce. I used to love Beyonce.
Did you just say you are a Beyonce fan? Okay, let me tell you this. Hold on. Wall up. I don't need you to say that no more.
I admire Beyonce's looks.
Give me your man card. Old school Beyonce, all her songs was about a nigga. Now, the rough Beyonce we got now to be rapping and stuff a little bit different. That's got a little fella in her. But that we're gonna talk about that. Anyway. Oh, you got a crush on Beyonce. Oh, okay. Oh. Naturally, you went crazy at Stella Award when Michelle was singing on what's her name and Beyonce was there and they pulled that light and it was Beyonce and Kelly. Even Vincent went to holler, oh, that's Beyonce. I understand that, Nancy. I understand. You got a crush. All right. You can have your man card back. Come and get it. All right. Okay, so I said, and then I seen the preachers, like the energy over there, like, oh my God, that's Michelle. That's Michelle Williams. Oh, that's Michelle Williams. And I seen the people, and they set her on the front. Let me tell y'all folks something. When these celebrities come to the house of the God, they come to the church house, they want to just come and they're coming for some reason. Let them be. They don't want to be no celebrity at the church house. When it comes to where they feel like they're amongst their people. They set her on the front row. And then I seen her with like, get me off this front row, sit me in the back somewhere. I don't want to be, I'm just here, da-da-da. So the preacher's over there. So it's almost like the preacher's like, oh, that's Michelle Williams. Let me sit up. Let me get myself together because they walked around. So you can feel that she was coming and they pulled out some chairs that they were going to put her on the back on our side. And are y'all listening to me? Lord, y'all in here listening. Y'all in here listening to this story and the numbers going up. I must be a good storyteller. All right, anyway. Okay, so I seen her come around. Everybody starts sitting up. I said, Lord, these fake motherfucking. Why y'all so fake? Why is y'all? It like, that's why I was saying to myself, like everybody was trying to perk up because they knew she was coming over there. I said, it's Michelle, but it's Michelle. So she would come around there, and I seen her. Now, I was looking. I'm going to tell you what truth is. I don't even shame. I was looking because I was trying to capture in my mind what she shaped like in the persons. Now, actually, I ain't going to tell you that part. But anyway, so she would come around there, and so you see how I'm doing? I don't know if you can see my glasses on. I was looking over and I said, God was trying to capture in my peripherals so I can capture that image and then decipher it. See, the women watching me don't understand, but the men know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Nancy? You get that one capture with the eye. You can size everything up. It ain't every look, but it's one of them captures. Once you get that thing in your eye, oh, it's on your hard drive. Oh, it's on your hard drive. You don't never forget that. And don't let you smell it or touch it. It's in the hard drive. Let me tell you what happened. She come right now. So I'm doing like that. Looking. I wasn't going to say nothing. But just so happened that next time I look, we locked eyes and it was like, and she was like, LarryReidLive, like, Michelle, what up? What's up? And so I hugged her. Let me tell you what I did. By this time, the preacher was like, why is Michelle Windsor, the Destiny Child, talking to you? And you ain't nothing but old nasty vlogger. You ain't got no business sitting over here in that darn way. And let me tell you what I did. When I hugged her, I got a sniff. I said, yes, I did. Well, I tell you, I had to get that capture. The next thing, whether it was touch, taste, feel, see, smell. Mm-hmm. How many senses that? 5 we got? I think I got about 15. They missed some. But anyway, because she was talking to me, but her hair, because you know that's her real hair, it all came down, so it was over my face a little bit. Anyway, it came my face a little bit, and she went up, so my nose went from her hair to her neck. And I said, thank you, Jesus. Yes, I did. Tell the truth and shame the devils. They always say the devil, they're men and they're more than one. They're plenty of him, ain't but one Jesus. I said, thank you, Jesus. And I locked that in my hard drive. I put that on my hard drive because I just needed to know. And so then I went there. I said, okay. I said, I sure hope that, because we know some of the same folk. I ain't gonna call them by name. I said, I hope Da had told her that I done that story because it was viral about the depression and the breakup and all that. I hope that she ain't feeling a certain kind of way. So then I said, oh, yeah, that's the one. But anyway, them just praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Preach, Con. Preach. And I looked over there on that second row high in Genesis 1, and there sat Marika Chisholm. I said, oh, shoot. Lord, I done did a story on her too. Well, I done talked to her. We good. You know, she know I love her. You know, girl is anointed when it come down to that CD, that song. What's that song I like? Use Me. Oh, God about it. Thank you, Jesus. You should go and get that song. And I said, okay, well, I'm still, Con, I see Demetrius. I done got everything right with Demetrius. We talked. We still don't agree on a whole lot of stuff. But he ended up coming over there to go to the bathroom. He done like a fist punch. And I done his hand like that. Demetrius, I done his hand like that. And I said, come here. Because I like to hug and kiss, but I ain't kissing no nigga. But I said, come here. And I hugged him and I told him, I said, I love you. He ain't say it back. Mustang got no love in his heart. It might didn't hear me. Cause it was loud. You know niggas be loud at church. Anyway, so he went on back in there. He fluffy too. When I hugged him, it was like a marshmallow. I said, ooh, the Lord have mercy. It's like a pillow. I started to say, God bless you, Seneca. Can I lay here? Just plush. And what is that, Uncle? Anyway. So then, as I sat there telling him to preach, looking at Marika, Karn, Demetrius, Marika, Michelle, I still had her smell all in my spiritualizations. So I'm sitting there, and no lie, the whole time stuff going on in the service, Michelle will say something to me, and I'm laughing, and I say something back to her. Really having a good time. Black folk, church is fun. And then I think sometime in there I asked her, I said, girl, what is you here for? Who do you know? She said, look, this is what I'm here for. I'm here because my brother is a mighty musician. I said, oh, really, is it? He said, and he actually played for Korn. Korn was here, the preacher. Anybody know about Korn? When the preacher, he will fuss out the sound man and the musician, so he got to have his special people in place, or that's going to be a whole problem. And her brother is anointed to do it, I guess. So she just popped in with him, but didn't know it was going to be all that. And so that's why they're sitting back, because I'm trying to be incognito, it is what it is. But the things kept getting good to her because she kept getting up. And this is a church girl. This somebody, first lady. She was, yeah! Wait a minute. Michelle, you got the Holy Ghost, gal. You smell good and got the Holy Ghost. Oh, God. So anyway, then one of them times I reached back to say something to Michelle, I couldn't see her. And I reached around, somebody had on a jean outfit with all this stuff on the stuff. It looked nice, a nice outfit, but it was in my way. And I said, I said, now who that? So at one time they said, you know how preachers do, tell 3 people, tell 50 people, tell 7 people, walk across the aisle 3 times, sit on your feet, stand up on your feet, shout with your feet. What the way y'all want me to do? It's prayer aerobics. And when I turned around, I said, Lord have mercy. Guess who was sitting there? J-Maw. I said, look at that. J-Maw. Now, I'll tell you this, the man can dress. Every time I see him on television, I ran into him one time in Florida many years ago. I didn't speak to him. But he was dressed real nice. Now, this is what I heard. What I had heard was that J-Maw thought or thinks that I drag and kill him on the show. Well, those of you that are faithful LRLers know that that's not true. On this show, I have been one of the greatest advocates for him at New Birth. Now, when that T.I. stuff happened, I said what I had to say concerning that because that's what I felt. Now, see, a lot of these preachers can't handle somebody having an opinion about what they got going on. And they accept that as hate or as an attack from the devil. But those of you that know J-Maw, you need to tell him that whoever told you that and whatever you think is a whole lie. I didn't like the position he took with George Skinny Bloomer and the Word Network. I didn't like some of that dealing in the comments he made in the pulpit concerning Killer Mike and T.I. And I think that was it. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the judge, the hug judge. I didn't agree with any of that. But I always spoke up for him. I also said he was one of the people, when I was doing the whole fatherless thing, and then he claimed all his children. Now, there's supposed to be some little boy that they saying that's out there, but from what I understand, this woman ain't right, and she wants him and not just him to be in the child's life. So there's a problem with that. So when you got that kind of craziness going on, that's something that got to be worked out. But I praised him as being one of the people that owned what he did wrong and really made money off of it, marketed with that book, World War Me, and all them sermons. And I thought it was great for the new birtherations. But I'm sure people went back to tell him things that were negative. So, me being me, I don't meet strangers. I'm a loving person. So I said, when you get here... and I know it probably was like, wait a minute. You have been talking about me on the internet from what I heard, and you don't like me. Why are you talking to me like we are the best of friends? Well, J-Maw, it's because it's just my personality. So I told him, I said, when you get here, I ain't see. He said, I've been here. And he was talking like, why are you talking to me? You don't like me. And I said, and then I turned around and said to myself, you know what, Reid? You got to remember what your job is. Everybody don't understand it's a job. And that they understand Charlemagne the God. They understand Wendy Williams. But they don't understand you doing it because you're one of them. And also, ever done this before. There have been bloggers. There's been people that have done publishing and blog sites and maybe even videos before. But one person sitting that come out of that community, there's no other person that has ever done this that came out of that community at the level that I was on the same stages, and not just as far as the word is concerned, but also music. I'm a Stellar Award nominated artist and writer. One of my songs, the top 35 songs of the year 2015. So with Billboard. So this stings a little bit when I talk. And so when I realized that, I said, okay, let me not say nothing to him, because it's going to make him nothing else to him, because it'll make him uncomfortable, because he probably don't get it. That's my job. You a black man, you my nigga, what's up? You know, he didn't get that. So I said, I ain't turn around here and talk to him no more. So then I said, now Lord, here go this Marika Chisholm. It's Michelle Williams, Brian Carr, Demetrius Senegal, J.D. Bush. I ain't got no picture of him, but he was sitting right there. I done him and his wife. Remember, I done the interview with his wife, and she dragged his name, and then he done one he was crying on. That's still up. You can go watch that. I said, now this is too darn much. So when it came, that one of them times they want us to sit on our feet, stand on our feet, shout with our feet, touch your neighbor, slap your neighbor, kiss your neighbor, hug your neighbor, rub your neighbor. I turned to my left, and guess who was sitting there? Travis Jennings. I said, well, Lord Jesus. I said, now this one here, this, I don't think this is going to go well. I said, cause if it had not been for LRL sharing the video, the world would not have known it happened. What video? Do we have the video? How long is it? No, that ain't the video. That's one of the videos. We shared 2 videos that went viral from him. But that's the wrong video, so we're not even going to play it, cause the helper out of.
You specifically said the bitch.
I didn't. I said not the video. That video. It was supposed to be the other video. But anyway, it don't make a difference. But there are 2 videos that we put up that went viral. Shut up. Thanks. You done? Thank you. And so I said, he gonna take this personal, like I did him in. And you remember, when I done the review, I didn't call him any names or nothing, but the people that called in the comments, it was horrendous. So whenever you guys do that, I have to take all of that. It's my fault. Anything you say, I said it. I said, I'm me. If they can't understand that this is a job, just like their job is to get up there and call people by names that God ain't gave them, and to fuss at people, and to say mean stuff that's misogynistic, sometimes homophobic, if we forgive them, then they need to forgive me. I ain't even saying that stuff. So I ain't had nothing in my heart. I don't got my heart, and there ain't nothing in my heart towards anybody. And so the next time you had to hug 3 people. So I said, I already had in my mind, I'm going to hug this man here. I don't even know who he is. I'm going to hug this man right here. And then this woman sitting in front of me, I know her. She from Zoe. She one of Prophet Jordan's prophets. I'm hugging her. And God had it set up to where when I went to hug the one to my right and when I hugged the one to my left, won't nobody, they were hugging somebody else. I said, why is they hugging somebody else right now? I don't want to hug him. He right there. He probably think that there's something that he don't want to hug me. Jamal done acting funny. I said, oh, well, ain't nothing in my heart. I turned around and I looked at him and I reached out to hug him. But unlike Jamal, he was regular. I had to squat a little bit. I don't know. They know there's some shoes now that you can get to give these little short men that's walking around here with the spirit of dwarfism. I don't know what this is. This man is little. So I squatted a little bit so I get down there in his air. And I reached out to give him a hug. And I hugged him. And I said, it's good. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This man smelled like, because I ain't even sniff. But they say the same thing about me. I over that, what he had on. I could almost smell the cologne he had on. But that thing was, he smelled like he washed. I got down there and hugged him, and he was very inviting and very kind. I said, it's good to see you. No, what I said? I said, hey, good to meet you. He said, it's good to see you in person. I mean, totally pleasant. Listen, 100% pleasantries. I can't say nothing bad. There was no negative energy. There was no stankness. There was no, you put my video out, nigga. You know, there wasn't none of that. It was like meeting a brother. I said, well, look here. I sat back in my seat. I said, well, look at here, Jesus. You got me sitting in here with all these stories, about 6, 7 stories I done did. And everybody nice. JD nice. He's a very nice guy. I said, now look here. Look back up there. Across there. Look at Genesis. I said, Genesis Warren. God done used you to bring me in this place to see some people in publications that I talked about in publications. You a pastor, but you're something else too. You a bringer together. I still can't, why the life of me, why she not no more at Matthew Stevenson's church. But I ain't gonna bring that up because that's where she come from, I think. Well, actually, she come back there from the woods in Memphis with all that holiness stuff, but she was over there at Matthew Stevenson's church. But I don't even know what happened. Maybe she was there for a while and God sent her somewhere else. I don't know. I ain't gonna get into that. I looked over that car. He was finished preaching. He sat down. He done grow a beard too. Yeah, he grew a beard and he done put on. Now this picture right here is not this skinny no more. He done had some burgers, some biscuits. You know when you're young, you get older, you get on that, go through that fat stage. Right now he in the chubby stage, fluffy. All right, he got a whole beard and things. He finished the word. That was my cue. Got my stuff, got up out of there. Oh, let me tell you this. I was going to say this publicly. Now, this you can't take from him. I remember this in Alabama. If you want to set an atmosphere for old school church with that stench of the prophetic in it and that prophetic praise to where you're no longer praising God, but something in you praising him, give Brian Carn that mic to start singing old songs and doing like a praise service. That boy got that. He got it. That there was the highlight of the service. His preaching was excellent. But for me, that was the highlight of the service. He set that atmosphere. That's the atmosphere center. He went to singing on, oh, come on. He ain't saying this song though. In the room, oh, you know, he's saying like he 159. Come on, but then he got the new school runs. In the room, Jesus. I mean, he just killing. That boy set that atmosphere. Before I know I done like this, I said, ooh, wait, hey, I feel my. He done brought it in the room. So, these people I done these stories on, I don't have anything negative to say. It was pretty pleasant overall. I had my gun on me in the house of God. If any of them felt like that they wanted to see and test God and see if they was bulletproof. Nobody did. If you are in Atlanta and you're looking for a new church, doing a new thing, a startup church, hit up Genesis Warren and Dominion. But if you want an old school, old folk church, come on over there to Restoration Revival Culture Church where I be visiting with my children. I'm going to run over there to Dominion. Sometimes she got some stuff going on if I ain't got nothing to do, just to be nice. But all them millennials get on my last nerve. Y'all millennials, y'all, and then y'all don't like to live right. Oh, Lord. But anyway. All right, I'm going to see you later. God bless. Nope, I'm not opening up the lines because I've already done the show too long and it's shut down. I have to reboot and I don't feel like it. Goodbye. See you later this week. Keep your notifications on and make sure you text Larry Live to 332-223-3222. Bye.